I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitar players out there. In today's episode, I'm talking about some great caged system tricks. What I just played in the intro was all based on the caged system chords and some tricks you can use all around caged system chords. First of all, let me give a big thank you to my patrons. If you want to become a Patreon, just go to this link here and it's very simple. Follow the steps and you are supporting the show. But you can also support the show with a small donation or with a big donation via PayPal. Also, if you want to have some guitar lessons with me online, please just send me an email and we'll deal with it from there. Visit my website. I have a lot of merchandising there. Now I have my Teespring store where you can buy some t-shirts, some mugs, etc. All of that is helping the channel. Today we're talking about the caged system tricks. I hope you like it. If you have been watching the show, you know I have a full episode on the cage system. I explained where the cage system comes from, what it means, but I probably didn't went deep on how powerful it is and how you can really use it in a little more ways. So this episode is a deep dive into the cage system with some very basic, very fundamental tricks about the cage system. So if you haven't watched it yet, please go and watch it. The link is here. Go and watch it before you watch this episode so you can be in full context. In summary, caged just means a system of chords. So it's 5 different voicings for chords. It's the C voicing. It's the A voicing. It's the G voicing. The E voicing. And the D voicing. So with this 5 different voicings, you can play the same chord all over. You can play a C chord in 5 different ways. You can play 5 different ways of C major scale. That's the cage system, and it is everything about the standard tuning guitar. It's within the cage system. Okay? Let me record, for example, let me record a C chord, your regular C major chord, with a little tremolo from Surfy Tram. Okay, I played a C chord. Now I will play the 5 voicings of the C chord, and we have the C shape, the A shaped voicing, the G shape, which is this G, but we have to play a bar here, so it's, although it's a G shaped chord, it doesn't look like a G shape, but it is a G shape. I'll play it here and here. Then the E shaped, which is an E major here, comes from this shape. And the D shape, caged. So I will play it on top of the C just for you to believe in what I'm saying. So what are the tricks of the cage system? I'm talking about knowing some specific tricks for each shape. And this is what I'm giving you today. So we're going through all the 5 shapes and learn some very, very, very used tricks. This is not intended to be like the ultimate tricks academically. This is what real guitar players use in real day-to-day basis. Okay? This is not just a show in a book. This is things that are being done, that have been done in a lot of songs. So at the intro, I was playing, for example, one of the shapes. I was playing the A-shaped chord. Let's start with that because there's some Jimi Hendrix great tricks about it. So if we have this shape here, should say that a lot of the tricks are mixing shapes. So we will blend two shapes together or morph one shape into the other. So the first trick, okay, I'm just playing C, but we are using the bar here in the A-shaped C chord. So we are using this bar over here, and we are changing the root note to the third, to the major third. This is just an inversion, like this. But this is basically playing the G-shaped chord here. Because the G-shaped chord is like this. But we need to have the bar over here, okay? So this is kind of the G shape, not playing the C, the root note, just playing the third. Okay, so these are two same chords. Jimi Hendrix used it on The Wind Cries Mary, for example. So it's coming from B flat, B to C. It's not the real key, it's playing in F, but just for YouTube not to charge me for that. Okay, otherwise YouTube algorithm will block the video. Thank you, YouTube. And if Hendrix does it, and then he plays the same chords but with an inversion. Same chords, same voicing. I'm recording a loop. And I'm changing the bass. The bass is playing 1 and 5, or better yet, 5 and 1. So he's playing twice the same chords, but different voicings. Great trick. So the trick I want you to retain from this is that you can play any A-shaped chord with the root note. Instead of playing the root note on the root of the chord, in this case C, you can play it in an E, for example, on the third. And then you even have your major pentatonic over here. And with this, you can do a lot of tricks like... This is very Motownish sounding like. That's where Hendrix got his tricks. Motown and Stax too. So... There's a lot of Hendrix songs with this, but you can spice up your playing with this chord shape. Then another shaping is not morphing one chord to the other, but it's playing 1 and 4. So you can play here. You're playing a suspended C chord because you're adding up the 4 and replacing the third. So you can also add a 6 to this chord if you're playing the bar. And this means two things. It means that you are playing a C, and then when you play this, you're actually playing an F. Okay? A C-shaped F. This is the shape of a C, but on F. So you're playing 1 and 4, which is a very common sequence to be played. Then you can also play, or you can play it only the three strings, like this is the Keith Richards way. Keith Richards plays it in an open G tuning. That's why he plays it like that, because it's very available. But it's a great trick to morph chords like I was doing. And then I go to the 5. Okay, imagine you have an acoustic guitar playing the harmony, which is C, F, and G. If someone is playing this harmony, you already have a higher pitched guitar, a different voicing. Imagine you're playing with another guitar player, you can play different chord voicings and even become more melodic. So, for example, and you're playing a higher pitched voicing, just not playing all the notes in the chords. This is a very important lesson, not just about the cage. There's a lot of things that you learn, a lot of things that you have and that you already know, like scales, chords, whatever, on the guitar. Just try to play it in small portions. So, for example, if I'm playing the C diatonic major scale, no one plays the scale like, but you already know the scale, so try to play like small portions of it, like because whenever you play the scale like I did at the ending, it immediately sounds more like an exercise, and you want it to sound more like music. Music is the most important thing about music. It's what I always say. So be musical in everything you do. So here's your thing, your 1 to the 4, but with fewer notes. Then there's also a great trick in morphing the C shape with the A shape. So you come here from a C shape, okay, and you go to the A shape. But instead of playing full chord, you can play just a third and a 1. So if I'm recording a bass, I'm playing. Okay, so I'm playing a C chord, but I'm changing the voicing. It's almost as if I was playing 2 chords. But actually I'm playing a portion of the C-shaped chord and a portion of the A-shaped chord, going from one to the other. Then we can add the diatonic notes. And we make them together, and it goes like this. Another very important concept, tension. Tension and release, or tension and resolution. So I'm playing right note, then a wrong note, and then the right note again. So I'm creating tension and then solving the problem. I'm creating a problem, solving the problem. And we can also go further. So we're here. And now I'm being melodic. I'm playing a melody, but I'm also playing harmony. You don't miss anyone playing. Right? So I'm just playing melody on top of a bass line, which is just a single note. And I'm playing a scale. Okay, C major scale, but I'm harmonizing it with third. Okay, but I'm giving it space. I'm giving it emotion. I'm giving it an expression. So. We can make it a little jazzier or bluesier if you want it by adding a real wrong note, an outside note from the scale, a chromatic note from here. It works because it's a chromatic, so it's a path going to the right note. And it sounds way more bluesy, so listen. 3, 4. Okay, what's the beauty of the cage system? I'm playing in C. If I record a bass in F, I'm just using the same concept, same shape, same everything, just I'm transposed to F. I'm looking at this C-shaped chord and this A-shaped chord. Okay, so this is the magic of the cage system. You can use stuff that you learn on a song or on an exercise and then use it on top of other chords. This is great. This is really great. Let's go to the E shape, one of the most common chords. So if we're playing, let me play a, well, let's go to, yeah, C again. So. We have the same trick, but instead of being on the D string and the B string, we will be playing it on the G string and the E string. So, same trick. Let me record the bass in C. It's the same exact shape, but one octave higher. same exact shape, but now you're looking at the E-shaped chord. And this is crucial. Learn the tricks related to a root note and to a shape of the chord, because then you know if you're playing here, you will never be lost, because you're always looking at the shape of the chord. You're always thinking about the shape of the chord. So you're always playing on top of this shape. And you have all your tricks like scales and licks. So here we have it. Then, for example, for a blues lick on top of this chord, we can use this. Because we're playing 1 and 6 or 1 and 13. And then we're going to flat 7, 5. We're playing this. But adding up the octave like. So we're playing a dominant chord. And a variant of that is playing the 1, 3, 13. And then we're playing a 9 chord here. Very bluesy, like. Great trick, great sounding, but you can play it without the third and 9. But I'm also going for the octave. So I'm picking up a C here. If I'm playing a blues, for example, so you see, I mixed up all the tricks we talked about now, except for the A shape to the G shape trick. But all of this melody enables me to play kind of solos, but also arrangements accompanying the music. So I'm playing rhythm and solo, but very melodic, which is very important to me in music, especially if you are playing in a small band, or better yet, if you're playing alone. Also, I want to highlight that I'm using a looper. It doesn't matter what looper you use. I think it's the best tool for you to practice at home. I'm using a Ditto looper, very simple one, the old one. And for the bass, I'm using my M5, line 6 M5. I'm using an octave down with a little bit of the clean sound, so you can listen to it. This way I can create like a bass line very fastly and use it for what you're seeing here. We've looked at A-shaped chords, G-shaped chords, C-shaped chords, E-shaped chords. So we're missing one, the D shape. The D shape chord has a lot of, let's go for the D, not transposing it. The D shape has a lot of tricks. So you have a D chord, and then you can make it suspended in two ways. What is a suspended chord? A suspended chord is a chord with no third in it. So you're not playing a third, so you're not letting the listener know if the chord is major or minor. Let me give you an example. If you have this D chord, a very familiar D chord, this is a D major chord, right? So if you take off your middle finger, you end up with the D sus 9 because you don't have a third and you have a 9 because here is the third, the E related to the D is a 9. If this is difficult for you to follow, please go and watch my video about basic theory for guitar players, okay? We have a D9, D sus 9 because we don't have a third. And let me prove it to you. I will record the D sus and play minor and major scales on top of it. I guess I was clear about it. I played major, then minor, then major again, and it all fits, okay? It depends on what you're playing in the melody. This is the chord for the end from the Doors. And then they reveal it because it's a minor. Because they play the chord, okay? This is a D sus, but you can also make a D sus, a very famous one, which is a D sus 4. Instead of playing the third here on the second fret on a E string, you play the 4 on the third fret. This is the Jimmy Page Stairway to Heaven, for example. It's suspended because you have no third. So this is a trick, playing the D with a 9 and a D with a sus 4. And this you can use, like if we're playing, for example, same C-shaped lick, I'll play the bass. Now I will play the C chord with a D shape, so I'll have to play it here. So when I'm playing an F on top of a C chord, I'm actually playing a sus C because I'm playing the 4 on top of the chord. So if I'm playing a melody scale, but I'm harmonizing it. So I'm coming from a D shape, I'm coming from an F, E shape, then a D shape for a C, and I'm coming from a D minor shape and a C. So I'm playing F, E, or D or C, depending on what you're looking for. D minor or C dominant 9, so we have a lot of options, okay? And back to the 1 again. And this is just looking at basic triads, not even talking too much about harmonizing. Let me know if you want me to go deeper into this, like going to C7s, to 9s, 11s, etc., to more complex chords, more complex than triads, because otherwise we'll be looking at this for a long time. Well, that's it. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you have enjoyed the show. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe the YouTube channel and share it with the world. Leave your thumbs up. It's very important to let YouTube know that you like the episode, so it suggests to other people. If you want to have some guitar lessons with me, just send me a direct email or message on Instagram or Facebook, whatever. We'll deal with it from there. If you want to support the show, just become a patron. Go to my Patreon page, or you can donate money via PayPal, supporting me directly. But you can also buy some merchandising on my website or on Teespring right below the description board. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.